John here. This is a round column mill drill which I've had for quite a few years, but as I have become older I've found it increasingly difficult to adjust the heights of both the head, which is extremely heavy and is elevated by that handle in the centre, and the work table on which I've mounted a two-axis movable table and a fairly heavy mill vise. Now, I was originally going to do these modifications on the head itself, but I decided that the motor I was going to use to raise and lower might not be strong enough to lift this very heavy head. It's considerably easier to move the mill table, so I decided to motorise that instead. The handle arrangement on the table had a handle on that square box in the centre of the picture, and I'm going to do a video of assembling the components. Now, I apologise about the mess in my workshop. Unfortunately, that's the way it usually is. So if the mess offends you too much, turn this off now. This is the fitting which I've made to put the gears onto that square box to attach the or to hold the gears, and you'll have to excuse this rather amateurish assembly. I'll edit this video later. So I'm using the original bolt holes in the existing assembly. Okay, take two. I decided to press this bearing out a bit so I can get the bolts in more easily, and hopefully we'll go to get it better this time. So you can see that is the gear which raises and lowers the work table. It's operated by this worm gear, and hopefully this one will with the nearest hammer. I'll be able to push that one in too if I can get it started. Why isn't it coming in? Maybe if that gear's moving fairly freely, so it should go into position if it's going to go. Go and get in there. Time to turn the camera off again. Now the motor that I'm going to use to operate this is a 750 watt drill. I've set it on to low, the lowest ratio gear. Pretty powerful drill, and the last time I tried this it worked okay. It's a pretty tight fit in here. Might be a bit too tight. I might have to, because I've raised the assembly a little bit, I'm now hitting on the work table. So time to give it a test run before finishing the assembly. Now I've taken the precaution of putting some wooden blocks under the work table in case it does come crashing down again. When I loosen off the bolts which are holding it into table, it's fairly unpleasant the first time I did this. Right, that's just taken up a bit of slack, I think. So those tightening up bolts are just snugged up. Right, time to try it. Now I don't know if you can see that, but it is actually all working. I'm running the drill on fairly low speed. It's going down. And this drill is reversing. So I can go in both directions. And that's pretty much it. All I have to do now is to put on the covers which I made to keep swarf and stuff out of the gears. And I'll fasten those properly at some stage. And that is working slowly, but it is working. Okay, so that'll be the end of this video. So yeah, that's the system. I'm pretty happy with the way that's working. It's a bit slower than I'd hoped. I haven't tried this drill on high speed yet. That'll be the next thing to try. I don't know whether the drill will cope with it or not, but I'm going to try. Now, that's on higher speed. Down. Right. That's probably faster than I'll ever use it in practice, just to show that it does actually work with this drill in that position. And at this stage I haven't fastened the drill anywhere except in the chuck. At some later date I will make some kind of a bracket to hold it to the table. And I'll just swing this around a bit so that you can see the way the drill is sitting. And that's it. So, I'm pretty happy with the way that's working. A little bit more finishing off to do. I'll paint these covers this yucky blue colour so it looks a little bit more professional, and I will also make a quick release bracket to hold the drill to the work table, because the table works up, it's all attached, so it doesn't need anything very flash. At the moment the work table is scraping the paint off the top of the drill, but I'm not too worried about that.